feminine energy and relationship coach. Today we're going to talk about something that's so common we often don't even notice it. Gossip. It's everywhere, in our workplaces, our friend groups, and even in public spaces. I was reminded of this recently when I went out to lunch. At the table next to me, two girls were catching up. I know I was eavesdropping a little, but they were sitting pretty close to me, and I could hear everything even without trying. I realized the entire conversation was about their other friends, what they were doing, and their opinions about it. And honestly, it made me feel uncomfortable. I couldn't help but wonder, what would their friends think if they heard this? How would it make them feel? That experience got me thinking, why do we gossip? Why is it so normalized, and how does it affect us and the people around us? First, let's talk about why gossip isn't aligned with femininity or really anyone's higher self. Femininity, especially our divine feminine energy, is about nurturing, compassion, and authenticity. It's about lifting others up, not tearing them down. Gossip, on the other hand, is rooted in judgment, negativity, and sometimes insecurity. It's a lower vibrational behavior that pulls us away from our higher selves. So no, gossip isn't feminine, but it is a human behavior and one that we can all work to move beyond. Gossip can be so hurtful. When we gossip, we're not just sharing information. We're often sharing judgments or criticisms. And if the person you're talking about ever finds out, it can be incredibly painful. It damages trust, hurts friendships, and can create a toxic environment. Think about it. If you ever found out someone was talking about you behind your back, how would you feel? Probably hurt, betrayed, and maybe even angry. Gossip has a ripple effect, and it's rarely positive. Gossip doesn't just hurt the person you're talking about. It also hurts you. When you gossip, people start to see you as someone who can't be trusted. They wonder, what does she say about me when I'm not around? It damages your character and makes it harder to build genuine, meaningful friendships and relationships. And let's not forget the energy it brings into your life. Gossip is heavy, and it weighs you down and pulls you away from that sense of peace and alignment that we all strive for. I'm sure by now you've realized how gossiping is not something that we should be doing. But how come it's so hard to stop? Let's dive into the psychology behind why people gossip in the first place. At its core, gossip often stems from a few key motivations. The first one is a need for connection. We're all social creatures, and sometimes sharing information about others feels like a way to bond with someone. But instead of sharing information about yourself, you're sharing it about someone else because it's less vulnerable. That brings us to point number 2, that it's easier to talk about someone else's life than to open up about your own struggles or insecurities. Gossip can be a shield that protects us from being judged, but you still feel like you're getting emotional connection because you're talking about something deep with someone else. Gossip also fuels insecurity and comparison. Sometimes gossiping about other people makes us feel better about ourselves, even if it's just temporary. It's a way of deflecting attention away from our own flaws and putting that spotlight onto someone else's. Lastly, it can also be a way to fit in or feel included. Sometimes your whole friend group is gossiping, or people at work are all gossiping. It might be so easy just to join in and feel like you're part of the crowd. But what you say is putting negative energy out there. One day that energy might come right back to you. Do you really want that just to feel included in the moment? Understanding these motivations can help us to break the cycle and choose healthier ways to connect with others. At the end of the day, stepping into your divine feminine energy or your highest self is about choosing love over fear, compassion over judgment, and authenticity over pretense. When we let go of gossip, we create the space for more deeper, meaningful connections, not just with others, but also with ourselves. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope this video gave you some food for thought and maybe even inspired you to reflect on your own communication habits. I'm super excited to announce that personal coaching is now live on my website. If you're interested in working on being your most aligned feminine self, book a session with me. I'll put the link to my website down in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching and bye for now.